Sometimes fun camera angles make a video worth shooting. Not that this is that fun, but it's kind of an upright leaning camera angle. For a guy that shoots a lot of videos that are kind of straight on or slightly to the side, it's kind of fun. The other day my phone actually dropped. Good morning, Chip. And I found myself looking up. Might have been like right here. And it was such a funny angle, just looking at my face and seeing the lights above. At least I thought it was funny. Again, I spent a lot of time looking at myself on video. Hopefully I like how I look. But anyway, I found myself, unfortunately, totally lacking anything interesting to say as I stared at my phone from down there and going, hey, that's a neat angle. We should say something cool or funny or inspirational from this angle. But I had nothing. Hold on, I'm gonna put my water down. Oh, I'm back. Now I'm gonna get my coffee. Isn't this fun? You're inside Ken's kitchen in Appleton, Wisconsin. It's a great morning. It's just a great morning. Hello, 55. That cup's warm enough. It was warm a minute ago. I was alternating between filling up my sink, filling up my water, and cleaning off the counters a little bit. When the sun's low in the sky like it is right now, where do I want to go? Where do I want to go? Where do I want to go? Plus, I got to find something to lean my phone against. Having a lot of trouble this morning. But when the sun is low in the sky like it is right now, and maybe somebody, some of you will know what I'm talking about. It lights the tables and the countertops, and it's almost like shining a flashlight, which is kind of a cool look. But you see any little pieces of dirt or cheese. In my case, I opened a pizza the other day over there, and there was some little chunks of cheese I'd missed. And I don't know. I hate waking up to a dirty kitchen. And I didn't feel, with the sun at this angle, my kitchen looked so good. Good morning, Betty Lynn. And good morning to you. My name's Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. I'm trying to figure out the date. Don't tell me. Oh, I know the date. Never mind. Yeah, good morning. This is Coffee with Ken. It is Saturday morning. It is April 12th. It is 6:49 a.m. Happy Saturday. This is a little show. Thank you, Tomas. Tomas from Spain. It's a little show I've been doing for quite some time. It is a show about me talking. It's a show about me sharing some feelings, sharing a little bit about the adventure that is life. My life seems full of adventure. I'm twice divorced. I've had a lot of highs and lows, but lately I just feel I feel over the last 6 or 7 years, I mean, a lot of times over my lifetime I've had a lot of highs and lows, but I don't know, I almost found myself having to find things to talk about that I'm bummed about or I'm down about over certainly the last couple weeks, but even the last couple months. I think I found myself in a really good place here in Appleton, Wisconsin, where I just moved 2 months ago. Let me see, hold on. This is my 2-month anniversary from pulling into Wisconsin, from moving to Illinois, from Illinois to Wisconsin. I checked in, if you will, to a friend's house in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, 2 months ago today on the 12th of February. It's been a busy 2 months. It's been a great 2 months. I mean, honestly, I'm pretty proud that I've moved from her home, moved into a hotel, found a job, worked hard, and now live in a one bedroom and have my own kitchen table. Feels good. But before we get too sidetracked, for anybody that's watched my show for a while, though, you know it is not just a show about me talking. See, like, look at this. I see little things. I see little things. You can always see areas of your home that could be cleaner. I must be in a negative mood. I think I see some crumbs on the floor over there. I want to go sweep. I have this big, spacious, one bedroom, empty apartment. And I have yet to sweep it in 2 weeks. I mean, I don't have a broom, so I should cut myself some slack. But I bet it could use a good sweeping. I don't know where the stuff falls from, but I bet you if I swept, there'd be little crumbs all over the floor, little ones. Maybe not. I mean, I haven't eaten over there or made a mess or dropped things, but things kind of accumulate like dust. But anyway, hello from Greece. Hello from South Central LA, Tomas. Your name really is Spain. Your last name really is Spain. I assume you're an Hispanohablante. It'd be interesting to be from some different heritage and having a last name Spain, but not being Spanish or what have you. Thank you so much, Tomas, for your inspirational words. Hello from Edinburgh, Scotland. Jamie, that's about the most distracting thing anybody can say. Oh, you're black. Okay, you're black and your name's Spain. Your name's Tomas Spain and you're black? I mean, I'll just say it's surprising. I was pretty confident you must have been Hispanic. Are you fluent in Spanish? The other day, I came across a white dude, if we're going to go right into race, and he was amazingly fluent in Spanish. And he didn't have any, I mean, I couldn't tell an accent because look at me, but he was fast and he was speaking to his girlfriend who was from El Salvador, and his Spanish sounded perfect. It was quite intimidating for a guy that's still learning Spanish. Good afternoon. Oh, wait, we were talking about crazy, and my middle name is Toriano. Not at all. Okay. You don't speak Spanish? Your name is Tomas Toriano Spain, and you don't speak Spanish. I bet you get a lot of cold calls from Spanish-speaking cold callers in Spanish, and you go, sorry, just an odd name. I don't speak Spanish. Misnomer, if you will. Let me see. Where were we? Oh, Jamie from Edinburgh, Scotland. Good morning, Natalie. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I mean, I just find things unusual in life. Not even trying to be funny, but it just seems so strange. But it's cool. Oh, anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, that I haven't had very many. Hello, Mark Smith. You are Lola. Now that's a misnomer for sure. Somebody with the name Mark Smith says they are Lola. How confusing is that? Jamie said it's nearly afternoon in Scotland. Yes, it is. It is 12:55 in Scotland. Have we talked about my Scottish heritage, Jamie, and that my mother grew up outside of Edinburgh, Scotland, in Wallingford? Anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah. For those that have been watching a while, you know it's not just a show about me talking. You know it is also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I got a nice hot cup of coffee. And I am so excited to have my first sip. My hope is wherever you are and whatever you're doing, that you have a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. Oh. Want to talk about Jamie Haddington because she is lives near where my mother grew up, or he or she, Jamie. It's hard to tell those Jamie names. Either way, he or she lives near where my mother grew up. And I think Walliford is a really small little village. When I'm telling people she grew up outside in Scotland, I'd say, well, she grew up outside of Edinburgh in a town called Musselburgh, but she didn't grow up in Musselburgh. She grew up in a little village right outside of Musselburgh named Walliford. And this person lives near Walliford, which is cool. She could meet my cousins. You could walk the streets of Walliford screaming for my cousins, and they would come. I don't know how big of a town it is. It's probably only a couple thousand people, although they had a racetrack and a couple bars. Horse racing is on today in Musselburgh. Okay. Yeah. I think they used to have a horse track in Walliford. I know we walked there. Could we have? Well, we could have walked to Musselburgh. We did. There was a golf course there. The Musselburgh Links, Jamie Cunningham. The Musselburgh Links. It's one of the original British Open courses, and it is built through a horse track. Natalie loves watching horse racing. It's interesting because horse racing's almost become politically incorrect. I think maybe we're taking a swing about what's okay and what's not okay in America, but I used to love watching the dogs race and the horses race, and I know there's certain people in the country that find that cruel. And I don't know how they keep the dogs, and I don't know how they keep the horses, to be honest with you. But I always just looked at it as beautiful. And the closest thing I often would get to horses, which are just such beautiful, beautiful animals, that happen to be quite fast. If you listen closely, by the way, you can hear, oh, Rose and Province is a new subscriber. Yeah, in Arlington, 2 captains. Arlington Racetrack, but that's closed down. And where my mother grew up, there was a racetrack, I don't know, a few blocks from where she lived. And we would go, but it seemed smaller. I'm sure it was smaller than Arlington for sure, which probably could seat, I don't know, like 50,000 people or whatever. I think it was a horse track. Could it have been dogs? Could it have been dogs? It could have been dogs racing. I thought it was horses, but it might have been dogs. Might have been dogs because the track seems smaller. A horse track is huge. Memories. I must be getting old. I mean, it was 40 years ago. Still. Hello from New York. Hello, sing with me. Hello, Addie. Things are going well. Let's see. What do I have to talk about this morning? It's Saturday morning. Wow, there's hello, his and her landscaping. How are you? Good morning from the Philippines. What a fun international audience we have right off the bat. We've got blue skies behind me. We got sun shining in a very, makes the lighting on my head and face and the window look attractive. And that's all I'll mention. I won't mention what it's done to my counters. My stove over there is black. Looks like it needs some cleaning. I've got a black skillet on it. And the only thing I've cooked in the skillet, well, that's not true. But I mean, I mainly cook ground beef in my skillet. I just moved into this apartment. I have one pan. It's a cast iron skillet. I've cooked several pounds of ground beef that I've used as a base for my meals over the last week and a half since I got this skillet. I also cooked some corned beef hash and eggs in it the other day. And let me tell you, that was tasty. And I've cooked quesadillas a few times, and that was delicious as well. Can I share my experience in living life, and what advice can you give to a 25-year-old like me? Wait, hold on. Somebody from another country came in. Good morning from Minnesota. Hello from Australia. Hello, Matt C. Oh, you're not really. You can't be from Antarctica. Are you really from Antarctica? Or are you just saying that because you know I'm afraid of Antarctica? I'm terrified of Antarctica. It seems so dark and cold and on the bottom of the earth. Am I a Packers fan yet? No, but I returned to Chicago yesterday and spent some time with some buddies. And we were talking about my area, and we were talking about how proud the people are in this area of being Green Bay Packer fans, and told them I might become a Packer fan just to annoy them. I don't know if I could do it. I haven't been a diehard Chicago Bears fan in the last 10 years. I think stopping drinking really hampers the crazy sport addiction. I think you're addicted to sports as a young man or a child or a boy in my case, and you think that all the baseball players are your heroes and you have their baseball cards. Hold on, I have to sneeze. Excuse me. And then you discover drinking. Hold on, I gotta sneeze again. And gathering in masses at bars and people's houses and kind of fuels your sport fanness. But I stopped drinking 3 years ago, or 3.5 years ago now. And my love of professional sports has certainly faded a little bit. Well, thank you. I did spend 3.5 hours or almost 4 hours yesterday in a bar at a golf course with my buddies, watching the Masters golf tournament, which I enjoyed. And I don't know, it's fun catching up. I brought my golf clubs down in case we wanted to practice a little bit, chip and putt. But we didn't. We just stayed in the bar and watched the golf. I haven't turned on Do Not Disturb on my phone. I find that somewhat concerning or concerning. Hold on, let me do it. I hope I don't lose you. If I lose you, I apologize in advance. It's going to be a short coffee with Ken, but I think I can do it. Hold on. There we are. I might have lost you for a little bit. Sports isn't the same now in college level. It's lost its fun for me now that they pay college kids, says Natalie. It's strange, Natalie, and we were talking about that yesterday because me and my buddies went to Illinois and are Illinois fans. And not only do they pay college kids, and you can't really tell that they pay college kids. You watch them play, they're still playing hard. But they get the transfer, and I don't deny that they should have the right to go to whatever school they want and not have to sit out 2 years or whatever. And just because they signed a letter of intent and are getting free education, I don't know that they should be tied to a school, especially if a coach leaves. You know, a lot of times when I was a kid or going to college, somebody might sign to the University of Illinois or whatever, and then their coach would quit and go to a different school, and I think they had to keep going there. And that doesn't seem particularly right, because a lot of the reason you go to a school, at least if you're a high-level athlete, is for the coach that's coaching the program. And maybe that's against the way most people think. You should be going to a school for education, but that's just not reality. If you're a star basketball player or whatever, a lot of the reason you're going is to play basketball. Hopefully you get an education while it's happening. But you're, spending a lot of hours playing basketball, and it's big money. It does seem a little odd that the kids are making millions of dollars now. But again, it doesn't show. They're not pulling up to maybe they're pulling up to the stadium, how would I know? But they're not driving onto the basketball court in their fancy cars or what have you. But the transferring, the fact that they can transfer from school to school makes it strange as well, because it's hard to become a fan for a team when the kids are all going to be different next year. Half of them are going to be different, or the good ones are going to go pro, and that seems weird. When I went to college, Illinois had a great team named the Flying Illini. And it was awesome watching these kids develop and getting to know them. And, I'm not saying that they should have had to have been stuck there, but it sure was nice as a fan. Watching a team grow and cheering for the players or cheering against the players. I think back to Duke in the late 80s, early 90s, and Christian Laettner and Bobby Hurley and some of the other players that were on that team. I think Grant Hill was on that team. And like being they were almost the villain team. You got to know the players because they were going to stick around for 4 years. And things certainly changed. Addie says they actually lost their father 6 months ago, and you just wanted fatherly advice. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Addie. I'm sorry to hear that. And I'm sure I can't replace your dad or your dad's wisdom. I'm just some guy drinking coffee. And I know life hurts sometimes. I'll give you the best advice my dad ever gave me. It was to keep going. It was after my first divorce, and I got divorced twice, and both of them were so painful, I didn't know what to do or which way to turn. And my dad said, well, keep going. I was looking for more. I was looking for an answer, but I guess that's been the best answer for me. And there has been certainly days over the last year or even maybe the last 2 months when I didn't know what to do. I didn't know which way to turn. And a little voice inside my head said, keep going or take your next step. And there were times when my next step was just sipping my coffee. And I'm going, crap. I miss my kids. I'm struggling paying the bills. I'm working hard. I'm tired. I didn't get enough sleep. I'm feeling depressed. What do I do? What do I do? How do I solve it all? And you can't solve all of life's problems in one moment, but what you can do is keep going and take that next step. And the easiest way to do that is break that next step into something super small, like go take a sip of water. Brush your teeth. I hear my laundry spinning in the dryer right now. Go fold your laundry. Just take that next step and keep going. When a person divorces twice, do you think they're the problem or you are the problem because something similar happened to me? I don't know that we need to say anyone's the problem. I certainly had a role in both divorces. I think the biggest role, I wouldn't look for a problem necessarily. I think you could look to improve yourself every day, whether it's spiritually or relationship-wise or learning to love yourself. I certainly had a big role in both of my divorces, though. Do I know how to write professional but concise emails? Well, I've certainly written my share of emails. I was a realtor for 17 years, and the primary way of communication back then might have been emails. So I've sent thousands and thousands of emails. I think I err on the side of friendliness. And if somebody doesn't like me throwing an ellipsis or an exclamation point or saying good morning with an exclamation point on a professional email, maybe I shouldn't be communicating with them for too long, because that's kind of how I live my life. And I want me to shine through in really every method of communication. I'm not going to be a dry, boring emailer just because I'm emailing. Or even if it's a potential boss, I'm going to email the way I am. I'm going to say, hey, good morning. Hope you have a great day. Because that's who I am. And I don't want them thinking, I want them to know who they're going to get if they choose me, or if it's a relationship, say it was a dating site, although I'm not on any dating sites, but I'd want to be who I am. And I'm proud of who I am. Is this backdrop a studio for my show? Very cool window. Well, thank you. It does. It's an amazing window. I was telling my buddies, I think I got a really cool apartment. I don't think they believed me. I think they were just feeling sorry for me and going, sure, Ken, you've got a nice apartment. We've got these big fancy homes. I'm sure your apartment's just, I'm telling you, it's a really cool apartment. It's an amazing window. I've got 3 of them. I mean, they're big. The window itself, and it's 3 feet off the ground, is probably 9 feet high and 6 feet wide. Look at that bad boy. Look at that bad boy. And there's one of them over there. And there's one in my bedroom that I'm not going to show you. And I know it's just a parking lot across the way, and you could find ugliness in that if you wanted, but the town is right there. I mean, it's like 100 yards from the main street. It's a cool town. It is a cool town. Hello there, godly warrior. Hello there. Eddie, well, I hope you subscribe and tune back in. You can go, or you can stay, or do whatever it is you will. Take your next step. Keep going. We have another sip of coffee. Oh, so it's Saturday morning. I have a few thoughts for you. I get to go to work. I get to go to work today at 11 o'clock. Notice my use of get to. I'm telling you, it makes you laugh. It makes you smile. When there's something that maybe you're not so excited to do, don't say you gotta go do it. Say you get to. I'm telling you, it works. It puts you in a happier mood. And you almost laugh at yourself for being so positive. Like, I get to go to work on a Saturday at 11. But I kind of mean it. I kind of like what I do. I like what I do a lot more when I say I get to go to it than I got to go to it. Let's see. Yell out the window and expose yourself when people look in. If there's a bummer about my place, I mean, there's probably a couple bummers, but you got to be looking for bummers. I got to sneeze again. The sun makes me sneeze. Does the sun make you guys sneeze? But if there's a bummer about my place, besides the fact that it's unfurnished, and then when the light is coming through, it hits the counters in a way that shows the cleaning needing done, it's that my windows do not open. So my windows do not open. So I can't yell out the window. I can yell at the window, but then I don't think anyone would hear me. And I would look like be just some crazy fool yelling in his apartment. Assuming they could hear me out in the hall if anybody's walking by. I almost never see anybody in the halls. Almost never. Such a quiet building. Although I do hear my laundry rattling around. I think there must have been some change in my jeans that I'm drying. And they're spinning around. And the quarters, dimes, and nickels and pennies are all dancing in the dryer. Reminds me, I got my watch fixed yesterday. I drove to Chicago. My son, I have 3 beautiful girls and 1 beautiful boy. And my son had an IEP meeting at his school. He's in preschool. He's 4. He has Down syndrome. He's my little nugget of love. And apparently that IEP stands for Individualized Educational Program or Education Program. And it's very nice. The school system puts a lot of extra effort into helping kids that need a little extra effort to make them learn, and it's advanced physically, mentally, emotionally, and vocabulary-wise as much as possible. And I met with his teacher and 3 of the professionals that work with him, and it was a great experience. And saw his preschool and met his teacher and saw his, the nice people he deals with every day. And as I'm walking out, I saw him switching classrooms, and he was holding a woman's hand as he's excitedly, I think he might have been dragging her into class, and I wasn't sure if I was going to see him or not, and I asked his teacher if I could go and take a look in the window. I didn't want to bother him during class. I hadn't seen him in a while, which has been hard for me. And he had his back turned, and the teacher opened the door and walked right in, and I came up and saw him, and he looked at me. I think he was a little confused. What's Dada doing here? Why haven't I seen Dada in a while? And I picked him up, and I hugged him, and I cried a little bit, and it was a sweet thing, and he buried his head into my shoulder. Talked to him for a little bit and put him back down with his Play-Doh and his shaving cream that they were going to play with. And made me feel good that he's doing well in school, and that, I don't know, he seems to be making friends, and the kids, they're little 3 and 4-year-old kids. They better be nice to my son. No, but it seemed like a real loving setting for him. And it was nice to see him and meet his teacher and do all that. But it was a long day yesterday. And it was a long day, and had a 3+ hour drive, and had a 3+ hour drive back, and got home last night at 9:30. And took a hot bath and got in bed and drifted off to sleep. Do I use filters on my shorts? No. I don't even know how to really use filters. I don't really know how to use filters. Or I probably could figure it out. I don't know what the purpose of using a filter would be. Peter says, screw work. I've done hard jobs. I plan to make money, use my phone, and live and travel anywhere I want. Okay. Well, Peter Avery, what's holding you back? You can go for it. I think you're going to find the world is easier with money. So you might be best to save up a little money before going on this adventure. But if you have great plans, I'd be excited to hear about them and go off and experience life and what have you. You're going to make money using your phone. Well, it's cool that you can maybe do that. And it's cool that if you have a plan for it, or know what you're doing. God bless you. Good luck. Yeah, good luck. I don't know. I wonder how you're going to make money using your phone. Like, do what I'm doing? Graham is back. Woodworking says I get to save money on my haircuts. You get to save money on your haircuts. It's not too late to accept Jesus into my life. And then 2 comments later, Largemouth says, coffee is life. Somebody says it's calming seeing the reflection on my scalp. We got a great audience today. We got 78 people watching. We got 20 thumbs up. And how long have we talked for? Oh, over 36 minutes. Do I ever sing or converse with myself in the bath? I mean, do I speak aloud in the bath? I probably do. I usually I talk to myself fairly frequently. I don't specifically remember doing it in the bath or having serious conversations. But I certainly will walk around and go, all right, what am I going to do? What am I doing here? What's going on? Usually, I think when I'm in the bath, I know what I'm doing. And my only real heavy thoughts are, is the water the right temperature? Maybe I could put a little more water in it. Maybe I could put a little more water in it. Hello, Max Gray. How are you? How are you? Please remember to take a rest and drink some water while streaming. Cream or sugar or just black? I'm just drinking my coffee black. I am just drinking my coffee black. This is a good natural lighting. Use this as a screenshot. Okay. What will I do with this screenshot? I know I'm going to be using this as a screenshot, but in what will I use this screenshot for? Like a profile picture? As a profile picture? Somebody said they're extremely bitter. Somebody says find me quite calming. What's with all the creepy comments on here? I don't know. You get a lot of funny comments for some reason. Oh, for dating apps. Well, I'm not on any dating apps. But if I am to be on a dating app, I'll use this as a screenshot. No doubt this will land me the ladies because the lighting is so good. Hello, new person. Hello, new person. Do I seem like a good lad? Do I seem like a good lad? Or I do seem like a good lad? Well, thank you. How am I? I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Thank you so much. I'm running a little low on coffee. You're thinking about buying a Nintendo Switch. Do I have any thoughts? I don't even know what a Nintendo Switch is. I mean, I know Nintendo is a video game thing, so I'm assuming the Nintendo Switch is a video game player. So do I have any thoughts about you buying a video game player? Honestly, no. I don't, for me, I don't play video games really. And, yeah, for me, I don't play video games. Oh, I'm gonna get a little coffee. I am gonna get a little coffee. Ooh, left my pills over here. Left my pills over here. Bringing my pills back. Bringing my pills back. Oh. Big Henry McIntosh. Would I model for a figure drawing class in my local community? Probably not. That sounds boring as hell. I mean, they'd have to pay me a heck of a lot of money. I mean, I'd feel funny being naked, assuming, I don't know, for some reason I'm picturing when you model for a drawing class being naked. And I'd certainly feel, you know, I'm fairly comfortable being naked, but I think I'd feel uncomfortable sitting in front of a room being naked for many minutes or even at all. Even at all. How high is my ceiling? I don't know. I'm going to guess 10 feet. Oh, I don't have to be naked. Well, yeah, I would feel funny being naked, but either way, I think I'd get bored sitting there. I think I'd get bored just sitting there. Yeah. Coffee maker or instant coffee? I think you guys can probably guess that. I certainly have a coffee maker. You want to see it? You might see some of the dirt on my counter, but it's over there. Running a little low. I only have the hazelnut, but I'm blessed to have the hazelnut. What you drinking on whiskey coffee? I don't know what that means. You mean, am I putting whiskey in my coffee? No, I'm not. My hands are so shaky. Yeah, they've always been shaky. I'm okay with it. Let's see. Yeah. Is there a theme to this discussion? No, it's just a guy drinking coffee. This is what I do every morning. I don't know why, but it seems if I drink coffee and I talk about life experiences and things, people watch. It wasn't any grand plan to create a show called Coffee with Ken. 6 years ago, it'll be 6 years in June, I didn't say, hey, I'm going to start drinking coffee and talking live, and people are going to start watching. It just kind of happened. And I don't know, I think I was going through a lot of things. I was broken up with a girlfriend. I was about to get married, about to get divorced, about to have kids, about to struggle with mental issues, about to stop drinking alcohol and smoking pot and doing a bunch of things. And I kind of thought maybe God gave me the hard experiences I was going through to teach me some things. And he was giving me the gift of storytelling, which I apparently have, to relate it to people, maybe so they can learn from some of my experiences. Let's see. Somebody smokes a cigar occasionally, and that's it. I certainly smoke cigars. I always woke up with a yucky taste in my mouth. Like, it really imprints the smoke taste on your tongue if you smoke a cigar. And you couldn't brush it off. It took a couple days to get out, but always made my hangover feel worse. Let's see, vice versa vary. That's fun. He gave me those things to do, God. Yeah. Yeah, he did. Somebody's going to make themselves a coffee now. Okay. Let's see. Jeff Bezos, which is your worst vaping? Which is worse, vaping or weed? I'm not 100% sure what vaping is. Is vaping the oils you smoke? I think it is. Some are stronger and some are medium taste. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think I smoke a specific cigar. I just remember having that taste in my mouth and it not being very pleasant. Let's see. Do you ever eat or drink in the bath? I actually did a video. I drink often. I almost drink every day. Last night I had I always bring a cup of water in the bath with me. Let's see. I heard that vaping could give you popcorn lung. That sounds gross. I don't know what popcorn lung is, but I don't think I want to have it. Let's see. How much do you make on YouTube? Well, I was making more about 2 months ago. I was making more about 2 months ago on YouTube, and got up to about $400 a month on YouTube. But I came here and have been working. I was going live 2 or 3 times a day. I was going live in the morning, and I was going live at night, and sometimes in the afternoon as well. So I was going hard on content creation, and I got up to about $400, and I made maybe $600 in my peak month on social media entirely. But I needed to pay the bills, and I've been working a lot at a job in Appleton, Wisconsin, and has cut into my content creation, but I'm still able to go live every morning, and I'm making less, but that's okay. Sometimes you got to take a step back to take 2 forward. Iced coffee from Dunkin' Donuts for me every day. Just one, though. Okay. Somebody wants to know, what do I do for a living? I work very hard. I work very hard. I enjoy what I do. Feels good. Somebody drinks coffee with 2 shots of bourbon. Well, thank you, Tyborn. It's strange. How could that be? 2 people in a row use the word chill in describing me. I'm not saying I am chill or I'm not chill, but I'm saying the odds that 2 people would use the word chill in a row to describe me. I appreciate that. Let's see. Well, don't keep making the same comment. That gets boring. Any advice for upcoming Uber drivers? Well, don't have a DUI. Do not have a DUI. Because if you have a DUI in the last 7 years, Uber won't hire you, which was a huge bummer for me. I was really needing some cash a couple months ago. And people were suggesting on here, oh, drive Uber or drive Lyft or do Uber Eats. I had a DUI about 6 years ago now, and they won't hire you with that. Other than that, I don't have any advice for it. I don't think it's as fun of a job as most people think. I drove a limo for a while, maybe 15 years ago, and I think a lot of people think it's fun. You're always on the road, just going somewhere, but not getting anywhere, really. And I didn't find it that enjoyable. I don't look like a DUI type of guy. Well, I appreciate that. How far do they go back on the background check? I don't think you can have a DUI in the last 7 years. I'm not an expert, but I did get rejected by Uber because of the DUI. Let's see. Let's see. Can I show you my home? I mean, I could. I've done it. Don't feel like doing it right now. Somebody loves my eyes. Well, that's so sweet. Tammy is a Sagittarius. Have I considered becoming a neurosurgeon? No. Like I said, I've had shaky hands all my life. And I think to be a brain surgeon, shaky hands. I mean, plus I'm 56. That's probably, you probably can't become a neurosurgeon with a bachelor's in finance degree that I have. I'd probably need more schooling. And the fact that I'd need more schooling and I have very shaky hands will probably from living my dream of being a brain surgeon. It was never a dream to be. I don't even like yucky things. I don't deal with yucky things very well. People will often come up and say, do you want to hear something gross? And I go, no, I don't at all. And then they'll start telling me, and I said I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear what happened. I don't want to hear what yucky thing you saw. It makes me squeamish. Makes me squeamish. I commented, I'm in Appleton, Wisconsin, and I commented how much I love Appleton, and I was doing a video about the difference between Appleton and Naperville, Illinois. And what was I going to say? Oh, somebody hopped on a discussion page saying, yeah, but Appleton's a white bread city and there's no diversification. And honestly, I was a little surprised by that comment because, I don't know, I walk around the city and I see people that look different than I'm used to. And I spent the last 16 years living in Naperville, Illinois. And went back there yesterday. And I see different people. And it kind of made me think for a little bit. And she called it a white bread city. So I assume she's looking at diversification as skin color. And I wonder if skin color is the only way we define diversity these days. And I wonder if that's a problem, because I walk around and I say one of the things about Appleton I like is it's got grit. You might see a crazy person on the street corner screaming at a light pole. You see artsy people, you see college students, you see people with beards, people with MAGA hats, you see veterans, you see kids, you see families. And all this person who made that comment would say is they didn't see diversity. Because I think in their mind, all they see is skin color. And I kind of find that sad a little bit. I kind of find that sad. Let's see. Let us see. Somebody just said the Fox Valley area in general is very white bread. Again, that's referring to skin color. And I wonder why we have such a fascination with skin color. And what's so strange is the fascination in skin color comes from the left. As if it's the only thing they see is what color skin you are. And they're the ones that say they're against racism. But I don't know how you can be against racism when you only see skin color. Honestly, it kind of confuses me. It comes from both sides, somebody's saying. Maybe it does. But if we're going to talk skin color, I mean, I feel funny even saying it. Are people from, I don't know, since I've been up here, I've been practicing a ton of Spanish. There's a lot of Spanish-speaking people that live in this area. I don't know. I mean, I think it's cool. I'm practicing Spanish. Hello from Wales, how are you? How are you? Have a life and they're boring and they don't love themselves. It is strange how many people, like, again, that person commented, and I just felt they were trying to make a negative comment, saying there's no diversification. I see all sorts of crazy people around here. All sorts of different people. I think it's neat. The way they dress, the way they act, the way they talk. You know, I think it's neat. Let's see. Like Mexican, Spanish, or Dominican? Well, I don't card them and ask where they're from. I don't ask where they're from. But, yeah, I don't know where they're from. Well, thank you. What kind of coffee am I drinking? I never even said it. I'm drinking the 8 o'clock hazelnut coffee today, and it's delicious. Wait, I streamed yesterday. Yes, I streamed yesterday and I streamed the day before. And if you subscribe, you're going to be surprised to see me stream tomorrow. Let's see. You need a cookie to go with the coffee. Now, if I drink or eat a cookie, I don't think I'm going to buy sweets for my house anymore. I think I could have a 12-pack of beer in the fridge. I think I could have a tub of ice cream in the fridge, too, the freezer. As long as I don't break the seal, I'm fine. But if I open it, I'm going to eat it till it's gone. And if I have cookies, they'll be calling me. They'll be saying, come, eat me. And I will. I will succumb. And I will eat empty calories, and my blood sugar will go high and low, and get a tummy ache. Won't feel as good as I can. Why you drink but don't have sweets? I mean, I drink coffee, because the coffee's not calling me like the sweets do, or the alcohol would, or the weed would. Let's see. Let us see. How am I? I am good. English or Spanish? Do you have to ask if I'm speaking English or Spanish? I want to go. I love the people of Mexico, and I'm not being racist. I just like their values. Somebody wants to retire to Mexico. I believe if you retired to Mexico, I bet your dollar would go further, and I bet you could get a home for cheaper, and you could retire more easily in Mexico than you could in the United States. You'd probably want to learn some Spanish, but that might be fun, and it's not a hard language to learn, I think. Let's see, is it dark coffee or is it sweetened? You guys, well, I mean, I guess I understand. I got a Coffee with Ken mug, and my show's called Coffee with Ken. No, but it's flavored hazelnut. It's not sweetened, and it is just black, although it's flavored with hazelnut. How often do I shave my head? I shave it every day. I shave it every day. Am I renting a studio or a one-bedroom? I'm renting a studio, and it's wonderful. Oh, again, I was telling my buddies that I think my apartment's really cool. It is really cool. I've rented some really cool apartments in my life. But I'll tell you what, this one I'm going to remember fondly. I mean, I've only been here 2 weeks, so I hate to think past tense, but I think this one's right up there. It's in an old historic building. It's got super high ceilings. It's got a big open space. Bathroom's big. It's got a laundry room in it, which is wonderful. Its bedroom's small, but how big do you need a bedroom? I've been bed shopping, and somebody asked if I was going to get a king-size bed. I think they had a king-size bed they wanted to sell me. And I said, no. King, although nice, I want less stuff, and getting a king-size bed seems somewhat unnecessary if it's just you. It would certainly be unnecessary because it would take up my entire bedroom, I think. Yeah. Rent must be expensive. I mean, expensive's a relative word. I think the rent would, if back in my home of Naperville, where I spent the last 16 years, the rent I pay here would be would be twice as much in Naperville as it is in Appleton. So for me, it feels fairly cheap, but for Appleton, it might be, reasonably expensive. A studio in Cali is $1,600 on the low end. Yeah, I pay $1,100 for where I'm at. Let's see. I'm having a hard time reading your question because I'm getting the sun blasting, so I'm struggling to read some of the questions. Let's see. When I lived in Kentucky, rent was $300 for a small house. Yeah, but that was a long time ago, probably. I'm sure Kentucky's still very reasonable, but it's probably gone up a lot. Somebody pays $1,100 to rent a room. Yeah, no, I was looking at room rentals in Naperville area, and it was expensive. And I'll tell you, renting a room in somebody else's house, I wouldn't find very glorious. I'd feel uncomfortable leaving my bedroom. I met with a woman a year and a half ago because and she was going to rent me a room in her kind of crowded little apartment for like $600, and I just would have felt uncomfortable. I don't think I would have felt comfortable cooking anything in the kitchen or living with this woman that I did not know. Yeah. I think it'd be hard to rent a room. You wouldn't feel at home. And I know maybe that's part of it, and that's why it's cheap, but I don't know. I think it'd be hard. You'll get a lot of views. Well, I hope I get a lot of views. My page grows every day. Here in Los Angeles, my rent for a one-bedroom, one-bath is $3,200 a month. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me. Again, I was in Naperville, which is
35 miles west of Chicago. And I'd say the typical one bedroom, I mean, and it wasn't even downtown. If you were downtown, like I'm downtown here, rent's a problem. I think rent is a problem. And I think housing's a problem in this country. I think it's harder and harder to pay for a roof over your head. I know I've experienced it. I mean, it's part of the reason I'm in Appleton, Wisconsin. And yeah. We've had a great audience today. We've got 79 people watching. I might get a little more coffee. Because I'm having fun. And it's not even 8 o'clock. And I don't have to work till 11. I did my laundry last night. And I put it in the dryer this morning. Let me go. Oh, feels nice. Your $3,200 rent would be $400 in Oklahoma. I doubt it's as cheap as you think in Oklahoma. I doubt it's as cheap as, I think rent has gone up everywhere and it's fairly expensive everywhere. And again, it's half here what it was in the suburbs of Chicago. But it is still, it's not what many people would think, I think. Depends on where in Oklahoma. Somebody's mortgage is $2,400 in Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, that's probably a nice place in Atlanta, Georgia. Oh. So it's Saturday morning. A little low on breakfast foods here. I still have my bag of apples, my bag of oranges. I think I got a frozen pizza, some burritos. Got some ground beef that needs cooked. Probably should cook it this morning. It's been in the fridge 2 days. Probably eat a couple. Ooh, I do have eggs, and I do have corned beef hash. I mean, I don't want to be in the habit of eating eggs and corned beef hash. I've been trying to eat higher protein. I've been trying to eat higher protein and more veggies, or fruits at least. And I think that's a healthier way to live, but I'll tell you what, corned beef hash tastes really good. Wonder if I put corned beef hash in a bowl, cracked a couple eggs on it, and microwaved it, how it would come out. I bet it would come out well. I don't know if my bowls are microwave safe. They're plastic and they're cheap. So I almost feel microwaving them in them isn't a great idea. They might dissolve and I might be eating all those plastics. I would not want to eat all those plastics. Eggs are kind of expensive. Everyone's been complaining about the price of eggs. I hadn't noticed because I hadn't bought eggs in several months. But I was at Aldi the other day and spent $4.75 for a dozen, which seems expensive. It seems expensive. Somebody says they're new to the channel. Well, welcome aboard. I hope you subscribe. My page grows every day. I drink a cup of coffee and talk every morning. Ooh, use my coffee mug to cook in the microwave. Good call. It's 16 ounces. I wonder if it would permanently stain my coffee mug with corned beef hash flavor. That doesn't sound appealing to me. Corned beef hash flavored coffee. We could be onto something, though. People are talking about the Appleton way. I don't know if they really know the Appleton way. I wonder if anyone really knows Appleton. I wonder if many people have visited Appleton or ever heard of Appleton. It's a great town with a great downtown. Hey, somebody just subscribed to my page. Corned beef hash and eggs are great. Yeah, they are great. 48 eggs for $60 here in Texas. Well, that sounds expensive. You are new here. You saw me on Reels. Well, appreciate you finding me on Reels. And hopefully you subscribe. Somebody's showing off their knowledge of Appleton. The bummer for them, though, they're talking about the Appleton Beer Factory and McFlishman's. I don't know those places because I'm too new. They also mentioned Cleo's. Okay, well, I know Cleo's. It's right over there. I am telling you. I was talking to my buddies and saying, hey, you guys got to come up and visit, go on a golf trip with me. Because I think they'd really like the place. I think they'd love. I was talking to a different friend and talking about the Mile of Music that goes on here that's supposedly a crazy, crazy big music fest. It'll be weird being at a street fest and being sober. Still can enjoy the music. Still can enjoy the music, but it'll be strange. Looks like I have a nice house. I do. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It really is. Sunny this morning. Yeah. So it's 8 o'clock. I've talked for an hour and 15 minutes. We've had a great audience. Oh. Tim Waltz is near here right now. I don't know if being in the next state over is really near here. And I don't really know much about Tim Waltz to even think of him. I'm going to get a contact buzz from the scene at the Street Fest. Yes, I'm going to feel the vibes. Do I look like Bruce Willis? Okay. But anyway, we've had a great audience today. And I appreciate you guys so much for joining me on this Saturday morning. I'm looking forward to my day. I'm going to be working most of the day, but I'm looking forward to that. I need the money, and I'm excited about the opportunity to make some money today. Excited about my coffee I have. I'm excited about the sunshine coming up through my window. Excited about my clean clothes in the dryer. I'm excited about my new apartment. I'm excited about my new town of Appleton, Wisconsin. And I'm feeling good. And I hope you're doing well. And hope you had a wonderful night's sleep last night. Hope you're excited about your day. You're living in the moment. You're feeling good. You're loving yourself. You are forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.